Hi all, and welcome back to Amelia Finance. So on Saturday, I went and I took the PMP test, the Project Management Professional Test. I had taken it back in 2019, hadn't passed, and I said, you know what, I'm not going to worry about it until I feel more comfortable, I have more time to study, etc. So fast forward 3 years later, here we are, 2022. I go down, take the test, halfway through, and I look up the title of the test because I think, wow, this is such a different test than what I took before. This is totally different. It's the focus of the test now is agile. There's no process groups. There's no knowledge areas. There's no processes. There's no formulas. Thank goodness, no formulas. And I think it's a more valuable test now because it's focused on the things that a project manager is actually doing in their day-to-day. Agile, quick feedback cycles, loops, communication, as opposed to that former waterfall mode that was very important, especially for construction projects or engineering projects where you must complete milestone 1 in order to move to milestone 2. Quite a few sections focus on hybrid, so helping the communication, helping move stakeholders from being comfortable in that old style, moving them to that new world of project management, doing that agile method. If you have your Scrum Master certification, I think this test becomes a lot easier for you because you have that background, you're more familiar with Agile, the Agile umbrella, Scrum, Kanban, and you should be using that more in your daily work as well. The test is also focused on 3 focus areas now: people, process, business, and environment, and I'll break them down. So people, you throughout the test are the PM. This is the PMP test, so always have that PMP lens as you walk through and answer questions. You are the PM. What do you need to do? When do you need to do it? Why do you need to do that? How do you handle conflict with your team, with your vendors, with your stakeholders? How do you train someone? How do you bring someone new onto the team? The Tuckman model of forming, storming, norming, performing, that was critical. So recognizing those stages, how you apply them into your day-to-day life, and then knowing what to do next as well. That would be my recommendation for that. Number 2 is process. What's the best process to communicate to stakeholders? What is the frequency? What's the cadence? Is it an email? Is it a meeting? So what's the method? How do you communicate with your teams as opposed to your stakeholders? How do you close a project? What if you deliver a product or a project and your key stakeholder or your sponsor is not happy with that? What do you do then? How do you talk to them? How do you use the best practices of project management to make everyone as happy and satisfied as possible? But always in the lens, you're the project manager, you have ethics, you must do the right thing for you and your customer. Number 3, business environment. Natural disasters. People are reassigned to different teams. What if they leave the company? What if your budget is cut? What if your team is not familiar with this new technology but is excited and interested to learn? What if you see potential for someone? What if someone on your team says, I want to grow my skill sets? How can you help them? In an Agile team, one of the core things is they want to be cross-functional. So how do you encourage the team to grow and develop and gain new skills, and just recognizing that opportunity? A little bit about the test. So the test is shorter than what it used to be. So in 2019, it was 200 questions. In 2021, I think it was down to 180, and it's remained at 180, and they've broken it up into 3 60-question sections with a 10-minute break that doesn't impact your total time in between. So I'll break it down a little bit more. So you have 60 questions, which is phase 1. Then you have a 10-minute break. Then you have another 60 questions, and then you have another 10-minute break, the final. And then, so you can't go back to phase 1 if you wanted to, because once you've clicked it OK, that section is gone. You never can refer to those questions again. You have 240 minutes, which is translated into 4 hours. I aim to take each section around 80 minutes to complete. So 60 minutes to run through all the 60 questions, so 1 minute per question, and then an additional 20 minutes to review anything that I had questions on. I finished the test at around 210 minutes, so it does take a lot of time. I took almost the full amount of both of the breaks, so that did add into it. And then, so I had around 30 minutes remaining. So if you're taking in the morning, it is your whole morning, just be prepared. Because I'm a certified Scrum Master, I think and product owner, I think most of the projects I work on are agile, so that gave me a deeper understanding of the concepts that they were reviewing. So just refer to that, use good judgment, think about your ethics, and what they're teaching previously in project management isn't wrong, and I wouldn't throw that out the door, but apply it with an agile lens. What's nice about the setup of this test is you can flag questions and you can highlight and do strike through. So before the test even starts, they give you a nice little walkthrough of how do you do and use the tools. And then what I did is when I wasn't sure about a question, I would flag it. And then I would highlight the question. I would strike through if I was sure that that was not the answer. Highlight the things that the answers I thought were correct. And then I could even select one that I was leaning towards more. So that way when I went through and I reviewed all the questions I had flagged, then I could just go through those ones real quick, review them, confirm if what I had already selected was leaning in the right direction, or change it as I saw fit. So pretty straightforward there. I'm really happy I passed. I think it was a great test. I think what they're focusing on the test is more applicable. And it's really great to have that certification done. So with that, go ahead, apply. Don't be scared. Really just go study, focus, get it done, use good judgment, and hopefully you can add the PMP certification to your list. So with that, thanks for watching. Thank you. Bye.